Hello, welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. We're continuing talking about the fingerprint patterns and what they mean, how we can understand how a person thinks. The fingerprints help the palmist to determine an answer for that. So we are continuing. I have made a copy for you to watch from the directions of what these 5 indicators or patterns look like, or how they're formed. Not what they look like, sorry, but how they are formed. So at least you can keep up with that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here we are. I hope that's clear for you. Okay, now this is a little background information of how these are formed. Now here's an interesting palm. This palm has all common loops, all of these, on the thumb, on the index finger, middle finger, on the ring finger, and the little finger, all of them. We will go through an analysis of these probably beginning tomorrow, and we'll go into next week because these are important. Okay, so as you see on this side, go a little further down to where it says loop print. The correct term for this is ulnar loop. But since this is the most common of all the loops, when I say common, most common, this is what you'll find on a person's hand more so than any of the others listed. So, since this has all, let's just take a little review of what this is. This is the most common pattern you'll come across. It moves in the direction of the thumb. The loop is right in this area, and it just heads in this direction. Okay? And it rises and falls like a wave. It's like it's floating. It is about the drive to go with the flow, to respond to others, and to have a strong empathy to one's group, family, and environment. Generally, loops are seen as the most contented of patterns, as it's about fitting in and prioritizing friendships and relationships. So this is important to the person. They're just very contented and they just go with the flow. There's no problem. They think for themselves, but they are not a disruptor. They just don't do that, regardless of whether it's on this finger, or this finger. They just go with the flow. All right, so that's what I will say about that one. And let's continue, go on to our next one. All right, as we look at this one, we see a greater variety. We see the common loop here, and we see the common loop here and the common loop here. So the 3 fingers beginning with the middle finger, ring finger, and the little finger are all common loops. And if you forget what it means, just check that. Okay, remember that's the one that goes with the flow. It's okay with them. They're the ones that you'll find in like a band, a marching band or a concert band, a group of players. And they're just kind of relaxed. Okay, let's go into the others. The thumb, this is the first time we've seen this. This is like, as it says over here, when you have at the composite that's toward the the bottom of your page. This is formed by 2 loops. If you take 2 of these, one goes in this direction and the other one goes in this direction, just curling around. It's like a yin yang symbol. And this is a sign of dualism, doubt, uncertainty, and never fully committing. You'll find this among counselors, legal representatives, academics, advisors, therapists. It's like listening to 2 sides just to listen. And of course, you want to help them out. But that's how that goes. So sometimes it's like a little confusion. They don't know whether, or you don't know whether they want to go in this direction or whether they want to go in the other direction. It can be sounding confusing, but to those who have it and in those professions, I have to assume that they enjoy the work that they do. Okay, so that's the thumb. Now a little more. When it's on the thumb, and that's the only one we have, when it appears on the thumb, it's a 2-way minded set. We're kind of clear with that. They're inconsistent, hard to stick by a course of action. They seem to vacillate in their attitude. One that holds back, but who can follow 2 courses of action as one, at once. Okay, that's on the thumb. If it had been on another finger, we'd have some other characteristics. Let's go on to the tinted arch. The tinted arch over here, it tells you what the tinted arch means. This means a spike formation that lifts high like a tent pole with the lines pushed up around it. This print reveals indicators of an intense personality. This marker gives a drive to lift, dramatize, shock, and excite. They have a powerful drive to push themselves beyond normal boundaries and are highly adventurous, quick thinking, and are very responsive. All right, let's see when the tinted arch is on the index finger. All right, that means this person is intense. They go too far. They can be excessive, over the top, fascinated by any form of transformation, likes to entertain, teach, or motivate others. They need excitement, loads of charisma, never dull, prone to burnout, and they need to learn to relax. Does that sound a little familiar? That's your tinted arch. They come in like gangbusters, and they tend to just get too carried away with whatever situation they're involved in. That's what it means by they go too far. They are excessive. They believe in going over the top. They like to entertain, teach, or motivate others. Okay. Now I don't want to make it sound like this is the downside of the person. All of these are just characteristics. Okay. Alrighty. So that covers it for today. Oh, just made it. I hope you're really finding this interesting. And if you are, by all means, give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, welcome. Happy to have you. Thanks for watching. Love yourself. And, of course, love and light. Bye.